All right, let's start with a question. Have you ever looked at your life and wondered if you could ever be okay with the worst parts of it? The heartbreaks, the regrets, the loneliness. What if I told you that the answer to a more fulfilling life might lie in learning to love even those things? Welcome to the philosophy of Amor Fati, a concept so powerful it changed the course of my thinking forever. Let's break it down. Amor Fati. Two Latin words. It means love of fate. But those words carry a much deeper weight. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most daring minds in all of philosophy, coined this idea as a response to life's harshest blows. He wrote in his autobiography, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity." That's intense. So what made Nietzsche come up with this? Let's go back to 1882. Nietzsche wasn't a famous philosopher yet. In fact, he was considered a failure. His books barely sold. His health was rapidly deteriorating. He was alienated from the academic community. Even his own family didn't support him. And yet, amidst that total collapse, Nietzsche didn't curse life. He didn't beg for another one. He chose to embrace it as it was. Pain, failure, loneliness, and all. Why? Because he realized something crucial. Reality doesn't need to be perfect to be worthy of love. And that's the first lesson of Amor Fati. Stop waiting for life to be better before you start living. The war in your mind. We live most of our lives not in the world, but in our heads. Think about it. How much of your suffering comes from things that are actually happening, and how much comes from the way you think things should be? Regret about the past, anxiety about the future, comparisons with other people's lives. We carry mental images of a life we believe we should be living, and we torture ourselves when reality doesn't match the fantasy. That disconnect, that's where most of our pain lives. And here's the paradox. That fantasy life, the perfect job, the perfect partner, the version of you that never makes mistakes, it doesn't exist. Nietzsche's point was simple. Your life isn't supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be real. And reality includes disappointment, failure, pain, but also wonder, growth, and meaning. Amor Fati versus Stoicism. You might be thinking, this sounds kind of like Stoicism. And you'd be right, to a point. Stoics taught us to accept what we can't control, to remain calm, rational, composed. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, they were all about managing our emotional responses. But Nietzsche didn't just want us to accept life. He wanted us to affirm it, feel it, embrace it, bleed with it. He wasn't interested in being calm. He wanted to dance, even in the fire. This is where Amor Fati separates itself. It's not about enduring life. It's about falling in love with it, especially when it's hard. The myth of control. So much of our modern anxiety comes from one idea, that we're in control of everything. We think we can plan our lives out like blueprints, that we can avoid pain by calculating every step ahead. But how's that working out for us? If the last few years have shown us anything, it's that control is an illusion. The world is unpredictable. People leave. Plans fail. Health fades. Amor Fati is not defeat, it's defiance. It's saying, even if everything falls apart, I'll still be here, still dancing, still choosing to love this life. The eternal return. Now let's get into one of Nietzsche's most fascinating ideas, the eternal return. Imagine this. You're told that every moment in your life, the good, the bad, the boring, will repeat forever. Every decision, every heartbreak, every joy, You'll live it all over and over for eternity. How does that make you feel? Nietzsche said this was the ultimate test of your life. If you can't say yes to repeating your life forever, then maybe you're not living a life you truly love. The eternal return is a mental experiment. It's designed to shake you awake. Are you living on autopilot? Are you saying yes to the life you actually want? Or are you just reacting? This idea puts incredible weight on your present, on your choices, on how much you're showing up. Because if you're not willing to relive today 1,000 times over, why live it even once? Amor Fati and loss. Let's talk about something real. Grief. The death of someone you love. The kind of pain that crushes your chest, makes it hard to breathe. How do you love that? The answer isn't to pretend it's beautiful. It's not. But Nietzsche invites us to go deeper. Amor Fati doesn't mean you enjoy the pain. It means you stop fighting the fact that it happened. You stop pretending there's another reality where things turned out differently. You accept this world, and somehow you learn to keep going. Amor Fati turns suffering into meaning, not by removing the pain, but by giving it purpose. Stop lying to yourself. Here's a hard truth. Most of us are lying to ourselves every day. We pretend we're fine. We stay in jobs we hate. We maintain relationships we've outgrown. We chase lives that don't align with who we are. Why? Because change is scary, and honesty hurts. But lying to yourself is worse. It builds a cage so subtle you don't even see the bars. Amor Fati begins when you stop lying. When you stop saying, "I'm okay," and start saying, "This is real, and I choose to face it." Your life is enough. What if you didn't need anything else to be whole? Not more money, not more recognition, not more success. What if this, right now, was enough? Amor Fati isn't about giving up on ambition. It's about detaching your worth from the outcome. It's saying, "I will strive, but I don't need the world to play along in order to feel alive." The courage to say yes. Nietzsche once said, "I want to learn more and more to see as beautiful what is necessary in things. Then I shall be one of those who make things beautiful." That's what Amor Fati is. A radical kind of love, a refusal to be bitter, a deep, courageous yes to all of life. So I'll ask you again, do you love your life? Not just the good parts, not just the easy stuff, but the whole thing. The mess, the confusion, the heartbreak. Can you say yes to all of it? If not, that's okay. Because maybe the better question is, how much more can you learn to love? Thanks for watching. If this message spoke to you, leave a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you want more deep dives like this, check out the links in the description. Until next time, say yes to life, even when it says no to you. See you soon.